You know what's interesting about highly intelligent people? They rarely look the way we expect him to. We often imagine someone with a very high IQ as obviously brilliant, constantly speaking, solving problems out loud, or showing off knowledge. But psychology suggests something different. Many people with extremely high intelligence actually show subtle habits that do not always look like intelligence at first glance. In fact, psychologists often say intelligence is less about what you know and more about how your mind processes the world. And that processing often reveals itself through ordinary habits. Here are 10 surprisingly common habits often found in people with very high IQ. The first is spending a lot of time alone. Highly intelligent people are often comfortable with solitude, not because they dislike others, but because their minds are constantly processing ideas. Solitude gives the brain space to reflect, plan, and think deeply. Their mind simply craves quiet thinking time. The second habit is constant curiosity. People with high intelligence tend to ask questions about almost everything. Not just big philosophical questions, but small everyday ones too. Their mind naturally searches for patterns, and curiosity becomes a kind of mental engine. The third habit is talking to themselves. This may sound strange, but self-directed speech can help the mind organize thoughts and improve focus. So when someone quietly narrates their own thinking, it may actually reflect an active mind at work. The fourth habit is being comfortable saying, "I don't know." People with very high intelligence often understand the limits of their knowledge. They know the world is more complex than it first appears. The fifth habit is overthinking small things. An analytical mind rarely turns off. The same mental processes that help solve complex problems can also lead to analyzing conversations and decisions in great detail. Sometimes this looks like indecision, but inside, the mind is exploring multiple possibilities at once. The sixth habit is a strong sense of humor. Humor requires the mind to recognize patterns, break expectations, and connect unrelated ideas. That is why humor is often linked to complex thinking. The seventh habit is changing their mind when new evidence appears. Highly intelligent people often treat beliefs as flexible mental models rather than fixed identities. When better information appears, the model updates. This ability is closely tied to cognitive flexibility. And maybe this is where people often misread intelligence. Someone who spends time alone may seem antisocial. Someone who asks many questions may seem doubtful or difficult. Someone who changes their mind may seem uncertain. But sometimes these are simply signs of deeper thinking. The eighth habit is late-night thinking. Many intelligent people feel mentally sharper when everything is quiet. Silence can make space for the mind to wander and connect ideas. The ninth habit is observing more than speaking. Instead of responding immediately, they often take in the room first. They notice patterns in tone, emotion, and behavior before they answer. This reflects strong social pattern recognition. And finally, the 10th habit is a constant search for meaning. High intelligence often comes with a deeper awareness of complexity in life, relationships, and human behavior. That can lead to quiet reflection about purpose, identity, and why people think the way they do. It is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is just a quiet question in the back of the mind. Why do we think the way we do? And perhaps that is the most interesting part of intelligence. It is not just about solving equations or remembering facts. At its core, intelligence is really about curiosity. A mind that keeps exploring patterns, questioning assumptions, and trying to understand the strange puzzle of human nature. And maybe the people we call intelligent are not always the loudest in the room. Sometimes they are the quiet ones still asking questions long after everyone else has stopped.